What really happened to Princess Diana? Was it an accident or something far darker? In today's video, we're diving into the life, scandals, and the shocking theories surrounding the people's princess, the woman who dared to challenge the crown and paid the ultimate price. In today's video, we uncover the untold truth of Princess Diana's rise, her battles with the royal family, her heartbreaking final days, and the explosive conspiracies that still dominate headlines decades after her death. Buckle up. This is the story the monarchy didn't want the world to know. Diana Spencer wasn't born into royalty, but she grew up with a taste of privilege. Shy, soft-spoken, and barely 20 years old, Diana was suddenly thrust into the world's spotlight when she married Prince Charles. But behind the fairy tale wedding seen by over 750 million people, cracks were already showing. Charles was in love, but not with Diana. Charles's ongoing affair with Camilla Parker Bowles haunted Diana from the start. While the royal family expected Diana to play the perfect silent wife, she refused to be a prop. The young princess became a global icon, loved by the public for her kindness and vulnerability, while behind palace walls, she was breaking apart. She spoke openly about her struggles with bulimia, depression, and her sense of isolation. When Diana famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," it sent shockwaves around the world. For the first time, someone was publicly exposing the cracks in the royal family's carefully crafted image. Unlike other royals, Diana broke tradition constantly, shaking hands with AIDS patients when others feared the disease, hugging children in war zones, and openly challenging the monarchy's coldness. The press couldn't get enough of her, and she became the most photographed woman on the planet. But with fame came danger. Diana's every move became tabloid gold. Paparazzi stalked her relentlessly, turning her life into a media circus. By the time Diana divorced Charles in 1996, she was no longer just a princess. She was the most famous woman in the world, living under constant public surveillance. In the summer of 1997, Diana's relationship with film producer Dodi Fayed made global headlines. For some, she had finally found happiness. For others, especially the establishment, Diana was becoming too independent, too unpredictable. Some even speculate that her plans to marry Dodi and her increasing global influence posed a threat to the royal family's image. On August 31st, 1997, Diana's life ended in a car crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris. The driver, reportedly intoxicated, was fleeing paparazzi at high speeds. The world went silent. News of her death sparked grief, unlike anything seen before. Millions of people flooded the streets, mourning a woman who had become a symbol of hope and compassion. Almost immediately, questions began to swirl. Was it truly an accident, or was there something darker at play? Dodi Fayed's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, claimed that Diana and Dodi were murdered by British intelligence to prevent her from marrying into an Egyptian Muslim family. Other theories suggest that Diana herself feared for her life. She had reportedly written a letter saying she believed someone was planning an accident involving her car. While no official evidence has confirmed foul play, the mystery surrounding her death continues to fuel documentaries, books, and investigations to this day. In many ways, Diana's story is a modern-day tragedy. She tried to modernize the monarchy, to show that even royals could be human, compassionate, and flawed. But that same vulnerability made her a target. Some say the royal family never forgave her for breaking the code of silence and revealing the cold, rigid system behind the palace walls. Diana's influence is still everywhere. Her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, carry her legacy, though they too have had their own battles with the media, battles that eerily mirror their mother's struggles. Harry, in particular, has openly spoken about the trauma of losing his mother and his anger toward the press, echoing Diana's own words decades earlier. Diana redefined what it meant to be royal. She wasn't afraid to hug strangers, challenge protocol, and speak her truth. Even today, her fashion, her charity work, and her fearless honesty remain unmatched. Ironically, Diana's tragic death only cemented her as an icon. The outpouring of love from the public forced the royal family to break tradition. Even Queen Elizabeth II had to bow to public pressure and speak about Diana's life and legacy. Diana wasn't perfect, and she never pretended to be, but that imperfection made her real. And that's why, even decades later, the world is still captivated by her story. Princess Diana's life wasn't just a royal story, it was a revolution. She broke every rule, loved fiercely, stood up for herself, in a world that tried to silence her. Was her death truly an accident? Or was she taken out because she was simply too powerful? What do you believe? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the icons that shaped our world, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.